Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and welcome back. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you managed to get some time off work to spend it with your families, to play some good games, and it's time to get back to things, alright? Time to get back to work, time to get back to the YouTubes, and there's something interesting that always happens when I step away from YouTube for, like, the holidays. You know, I'm gone for 2, 3, 4 days even. I realize how much I hate not doing YouTube on a regular basis. Like, even during the week, like, when I don't upload a video on Sunday, there's usually something going on the night before that I'm working on for YouTube, or even that Sunday, I managed to squeeze in a little bit of work to get ready for the week ahead. So to actually step away and not do anything for, like, 3, 4 days, it's so weird. Like, I feel wrong. Like, I should be doing something. I mean, when you have something that you love so much and then you develop a routine for it, it's very weird to step out of that routine. And it feels weird. So basically, it was a lot of me also feeling equally happy that I feel so terrible that I stepped away from YouTube, because that means that I really love what I'm doing. And even though I'm not doing it full-time right now, I definitely spend more than full-time doing YouTube. Like, the amount of time I spend on YouTube is crazy, but it doesn't feel crazy. Like, when I work, you know, 40 hours at work, it's like, oh my god, it's 40 hours of my life down the drain. I could spend 100 hours in a week on YouTube. It doesn't even cross my mind, because I really genuinely love what I'm doing. So that's an awesome feeling. Definitely, I think, very, you know, stoked to realize that, hey, dude, your channel is growing really well. You know, videos are doing better than they ever have been before. Even with the lull of the holidays, things are doing great. There's, you know, more viewer interaction than ever. I feel great about the videos that I've been making. You know, I'm able to keep the variety in the channel, and people are still watching. That's always been a big thing for me when I was first growing the channel, was to have variety meant to also have very low view counts, to have slow, you know, subscriber growth, because I was constantly covering different things. And I've kind of, you know, got that formula down now, where I make sure that if I'm going to cover something, I cover it pretty substantially for, you know, a good amount of time, so people can look back and they can say, oh, look at it, there's a bunch of Counter-Strike videos to watch. Oh, there's a bunch of, you know, Fallout to watch. There's a bunch of Halo to watch, not just like one video there, one video here. Not that I don't do like a first impressions every now and then to kind of just, you know, highlight a single game or something like that. So yeah, really stoked about that. It's a good feeling knowing that I don't actually like stepping away from it. A lot of people always say, you know, if you find something that you love doing so much that you don't want to take a vacation, then, you know, you are going to be in that very small percentage of human beings who can say that they have a job they love so much that they don't want to step away from it. So that's always kind of been the plan, and the reason that I push so hard to make this, you know, the job that I do for a living. And that's why I'm never going to stop until I get what I want. So yeah, 2016. Something I was definitely thinking about, something very excited about. So I felt like it'd be good, though, to get back into the swing of things with a vlog like we're doing here. We're not going to do a synonym this week. We're going to skip that and save it for next week. But kind of just want to do some brief ramblings and discussion, talk about some things that happened over the holiday, talk a little bit about 2016, and so on and so forth. First thing I did want to mention, if you guys haven't watched the Christmas special for whatever reason you were gone, you're with family or friends, check it out. I'll have an annotation popping up right now on the screen in the cards. Click it, go watch it, and you can see what I was talking about. Really, the whole point of it was the idea of a New Year's gaming resolution. So the idea of taking a look at a genre or a specific game that has always intrigued you. It's always grabbed your attention, but you've never really taken it seriously. You've never really gotten into it all the way, and encouraging people to go ahead and do that. For me, it was Counter-Strike. Played Counter-Strike during the days of 1.6, played it in Source, never really took it serious, never really learned the game fully, so that's what I've been doing. Been learning things about mouse control and recoil, and watching a bunch of the War Owls videos, and just kind of really starting to understand how the game functions and how it works. So that's why you're seeing some more Counter-Strike Global Offensive footage here. I'll probably actually play it on the channel a few more times. I'd like to do a small little series for it, kind of cover my growth as a player as I get better and improve and understand the game a little bit more, and go from playing deathmatch to casual to competitive, and kind of document that, make a sort of Counter-Strike journal, something I'm definitely looking forward to. So feel free to consider doing something, you know, similar for yourself, and if you do, I would definitely like to hear about it. Share it down in the comment section below. Hit me up on Twitter. Some people have. Fuzzle, longtime follower of the channel, also a moderator over on the Destiny subreddit. Talk about how he got back into Hearthstone. I saw a couple of you guys who haven't played Counter-Strike since the days of 1.6 or Source talking about getting back into Go because of that video. So really stoked that my Christmas special just wasn't a Christmas special that just was me playing a game. It also managed to get you guys thinking a little bit about gaming and, you know, doing something for yourself in the new year. awesome. Definitely very awesome. Really stoked about that. So, speaking of the new year, let's talk a little bit about 2016. First and foremost, regarding the channel, I actually went ahead and changed the font that I use for my channel art. So, the actual Gaming with Tony Mo thing that you see inside of my channel art, inside of my logo, that's been changed, as well as the font that I use for my thumbnails. It's now the same font still, but it's a different font. So what I'm saying is it's a new font, but the font is used in both places, thumbnails and in the logo. The old font I felt was boring. It was dull. I liked it when I originally picked it, and the more time that has passed, the more I've come to hate how boring and dull it actually is. I still wanted something that was, you know, sort of modern and clean, but I wanted something that had a little bit more character, a little bit more pop to it. It wasn't so pointy around the edges. Like, just if pointy feels serious and boring, even though it's not always serious and boring. In the case of text, I feel like it is serious and boring, and that doesn't really define the channel. It doesn't really define me. We definitely like to have a few laughs here and there. We definitely like to have fun. We're not all humdrum, super serial numbers and statistics. That's not at all what the channel is about. It's not what it's ever been about. So it was time for a change, and after a bit of font searching, I managed to find one that was free for commercial use, and you can now see it on the thumbnails in this video, as well as a few other thumbnails that I refreshed, as well as the actual text for Gaming with Tony Mo on my channel art. Check it out. Let me know what you think of it. I love it. I hope you love it, and I think it kind of helps identify the channel a little bit more, makes it seem a little bit less serious, and that's exactly what I was aiming for. Now, 2016 is going to be bringing about a lot of releases that I think that were really highly anticipated for me. I think 2016 is going to see the release of some games that are like easily my most anticipated games in a very long time. I mean, 2015 did a pretty good job of that. You know, we had Fallout 4, we had Halo 5 Guardians, Rainbow Six Siege was even really on that list for me. But I think 2016 kind of takes the cake. Hopefully we'll be seeing, or at least hearing, more about Mass Effect Andromeda. You've got Tom Clancy's The Division, which after playing the alpha is honestly one of the games that I am really looking forward to in 2016. I'm hoping I can play that game extensively on the channel as well as outside of the channel and really cover it, because I think there's a lot of fun to be had with that game, and I'm really excited to see what the team at Ubisoft and Massively is going to do with that. The same thing goes for Ghost Recon Wildlands. Great to see the Ghost Recon team back. That game looks insane, and I love the idea of open world, cooperative, PvE focused, you know, Tom Clancy games in general, like The Division having PvP and PvE, and you got Ghost Recon Wildlands having PvE. It's just like, it's a great time to be into co-op gaming, and that's something that I felt fell short in 2015. So I'm really looking forward to it kind of, you know, coming back in full strength in 2016. Not that we didn't have some great co-op games in 2015. Dying Light, I think, was definitely among my list, as well as a few others, but I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of those. I'm thinking I'm actually going to put together a sort of most anticipated games of 2016 list. You know, we'll talk a little bit about why. We'll talk about a little bit about some of my concerns with these games, and you know, I think it'll be fun. You guys can go ahead and then kind of participate in that. Let me know what you are looking forward to as well, but that's something I plan on doing in the coming weeks. Now, I actually did get to go see Star Wars over the weekend, so this is actually the second time I saw it, because I actually saw it the weekend before Christmas, so I've now seen it twice. All I can say is, if you're a Star Wars fan, do yourself a favor, go check it out, go see it. You know, I'm not going to say it was mind-blowing. The film definitely wasn't perfect, but it was a great film. It was a great return to Star Wars. It has me really excited for the next two films, and I felt it was just a great addition to the original trilogy. There were so many things to love about the film, so many moments where I smiled and where I was excited. You know, when the film definitely got my heart pumping. It was just, I think Abrams nailed it. To me, it was Star Wars. It made me ridiculously happy, and that's all I really can ask. I'm definitely looking forward to the future of that. Last thing I wanted to talk about actually was, you know, sort of what made me really happy this holiday, this past Christmas. The things that kind of put a super big grin on my face. Obviously, it's always nice to get presents from people. My parents were kind enough to spend a insanely large amount of money on me and get me a DX Racer chair, a King series, which I'm sitting in right now, and my God, my back. Feels great for once. The chair I was sitting in was 8 years old. It had no more support at all. It never supported my body right in the first place. And considering that I spend large amounts of my day, every day, throughout the course of the week, sitting in a chair, working on YouTube or playing games, my back was not liking me very much. I was having constant back pains, and I knew it was because of the chair. No matter what I tried to get my posture to correct itself inside that chair, it just didn't work. So to be able to sit in this thing and just feel like absolute heaven, knowing that my back is straight, like perfectly straight up, it just feels great. It's so comfortable, and the amount of adjustable everything that this chair has is wonderful. It looks awesome. I love the pillow and the lumbar support. Like, could not have asked for a better gift. I told my parents, you know, thank you. You secured the health of your son's spine into the inevitable future, and they very much have. Like, it's a pretty serious thing. People sit in awful chairs every single day at their office jobs. Anyone who has a job that requires them to sit in a chair for a long period of time, most people are sitting in chairs do not provide great support for their back, and they end up with serious back injuries down the road. They end up being that person who can't even bend over to tie their shoe at the age of 50. I did not want to be that person. I want to be able to bend over to tie my shoes for a very long time. So big thanks to my parents on that one. But probably the thing that put the biggest smile on my face was my girlfriend and I chipped in and we bought my mom an Xbox One, and then my brother and his girlfriend bought her some games. Now, my mom, as I've said many times on this channel before, has been a gamer her entire life. She got me into video games. She always loved that stuff, you know, back to the old days of Nintendo and Mario. I remember, you know, playing Battletoads even with her. Like, she's always been into video games, and I've always been into video games because of her. When my dad retired, she went back to work to kind of bring in a little bit of extra cash for the family to help take care of things. Just as an adult, that's what she got to do, right? And she stopped playing games at that point. Like, she was picking them up, but very rarely. She ended up getting more into games she could play more quickly and at a glance on her iPad, just for the sake of convenience. Not that she doesn't have the time, it was just the way things worked out. So she really fell out of console gaming. And that always upset me, because I think the moments when I saw her the happiest was when she was solving a puzzle or dealing with some sort of enemy in something like Oblivion or, you know, a Zelda game. So the idea with buying her an Xbox One, her own Xbox One, was to say, you know, okay, this is you, like, time for you to start playing games again, time for you to remember what you love so much about them and how great they made you feel. You know, that sense of escapism is, I think, what she genuinely needed from video games. And I honestly didn't think she was gonna end up playing it. Like, I wasn't convinced she was actually gonna be, you know, I knew she was going to be excited about it, and of course she was. She's a very grateful person. But I didn't know she'd actually get back into games again because of it. So we got our copy of Diablo 3 Reaper's Souls, Ori and the Blind Forest, as well as the Rare Collection. And it seems she very much is back into games, because she hasn't been able to put down Diablo. She just started Ori today, and she was in the living room screaming about it to me, like, oh, the checkpoints are too difficult on this, trying to explain to me, you know, referencing old Mario games to refer to the platforming elements of Ori and the Blind Forest. And just put a huge smile on my face to see her, you know, sort of doing that again. She's a super big Diablo person. She played it to death on the Xbox 360. So now she's got Reaper's Soul. She has adventure mode she can get to. She's got started up a Crusader she's all excited about. And just to see like her actually being really happy and, you know, sort of smiling and laughing and also raging pretty hard. You know, being inside of another gaming world just has made me very happy. Happy to see her indie games again. Like, to me, I always felt it was important that she kept playing games. I don't know, because as an adult, you know, it's easy to get caught up in normal life, to stress out about bills and taking care of all this and that, because you have all these responsibilities. And sometimes you know, whatever, you can't afford to take care of them. Things are tight, your budget's tight, and life just isn't going exactly like you wanted it to. And not saying that you have to ignore those problems, but video games are definitely a stress reliever. They help you better cope with those problems. And so I think she definitely needed that, and that just made me wicked happy. It really did. So that's it, guys. That was my holiday. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to the new year, looking forward to covering more awesome games this year on the channel, looking forward to growing the channel, you know, continuing to improve the entertainment value, the humor value of the channel, and continue to push diversity in my content. You know, making sure that we can always have a wide variety of awesome games being covered and just stuff happening here on the channel. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, like, as I said, definitely looking to be one of those games moving in the future alongside of Fallout. You know, we're still going to continue our Fallout Adventure Time series. We got that brand new character going. The Pipcast is going to be coming back in the new year with some small changes that I think you guys are really going to like. If you're a fan of the Pipcast, I think you're totally going to dig it. I'm looking forward to it, and you definitely should be too. Tomorrow, though, back into normal content. Kicking it off with some awesome videos this week. I am really excited for 2016 for video games. I hope you guys are. If you have anything you'd like to share with me down in the comment section below, if you have any of your very own gaming New Year's resolutions that you're going to be tackling, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.